Why are you practicing your The community center must be attached to the school, because why else would you be practicing a high school activity outside of the fucking gymnasium?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool because wants to be a cheerleader like you.
What do you mean, like you? When has Kimberly been a fucking cheerleader? She's a gymnast. We've seen her practicing gymnastics repeatedly, but we've never seen Kimberly doing any cheerleader activities. See, this is what we're talking. This is what we're talking about. I'm sorry. What was I saying? I was I may have been distracted. Oh, okay. So it's past tense. She was a cheerleader in junior high. She obviously is not one now that she's in high school. I always liked when Pandora or Rita were playing with the little figurines that hadn't been monsterfied yet. I think the only thing really missing from Rita is because Pandora was the mom. She was a bitchy mom, but she was the mom of her entire team. Rita doesn't have that. She's more just like a belligerent boss. The one fucking putty coming out of the slide. Like, was that extra's idea, or did somebody tell them to do that? Either way, that's hilarious. Quick, Kimberly, use your cheerleading moves. The fights, I keep saying it, but the fight, that was a sweet kick. The fights are definitely better when it's just a couple Rangers against the normal number of putties, because then they can focus on, like, multiple putties fighting each of them at a time. And I do, again, say that Rangers does a great job with just environmental hazards with the combat. Gotta get my flips in. That's my girl. Stranger danger! Stranger danger! This is the same goddamn cave they've used every fucking time. Jason, come on, you can carry more boxes than that. Look at those fucking cannons. Oh yeah! Had to say it. If the title is Enter the Lizzinator, alright, that's why he's doing a Schwarzenegger impression, because Terminator, but that's not a lizard. That's... I don't know what the fuck that was, but that ain't a lizard. One thing I like about Rangers compared to the Sentai is that when they do the whole team morphing sequence, in Sentai, they always show them in the same order, in whatever, like, the ranking, the numbering of that team is. But in Rangers, they mix it up. I don't know why they do, but I like that they do. That's a very suspicious rock that the team just ran past. Is that the Lammy rock? Because that looks like Lammy's rock, or Scorpina's rock in this case. Laser eyes! I forgot how popular the Terminator spoof joke was in 90s media. Like, fucking everybody did I'll be back. Every show like this had some character, some random one-off character who was just Schwarzenegger in a different font. Okay, she's either just gonna outright cheerlead her way out, or she's gonna get those two dipshits to do cheerleading practice with her, and that's how she escaped. Fucking called it. Young man, what did you just kick off of? You were not touching that rock. You kicked off the fucking air, son. You know what? I will give this kid credit for coming up with a pro Rita cheer on the fly just to get herself out of trouble. Alright, I need to figure out how to work with, like, craft foam or something, because I need to fucking cosplay a Megazord. Oh yeah! Now, how crazy would it have been if Bulk and Skull were, like, somehow the civilian forms of I can't remember their names, but Babu, the fucking two idiots, the two idiot minions, because like they've got the right proportions for it. I don't know. I think that would have been a really cool like alternate universe dark timeline. Oh man, first cheerleading, now football. Put that down. You don't know what you're doing with that. You know, they never managed to do anything, but I do appreciate their enthusiasm towards everything. Like, especially when they've got constantly being put in detention and being the school troublemakers, but they're always trying to get in on the newest activity. Sometimes as a scam to make easy money and failing, but you know they're just enthusiastic boys. You know what? These two needed to be theater kids. This school needs a better theater program. You put these two in theater, you're set. They're never going to cause a problem again. I don't know why Tommy is having such a crisis of confidence over football. Also, what position is a fallback? I totally buy that Ernie played football. He's a huge dude. Like, I'll believe that he played team sports. But yeah, what position was a fallback? I don't actually know anything about sports. I speak Sentai, not sports. See, he's even helping out Bulk and Skull with their training. Kimberly, you said that so sassily. Is flag football what the kids are calling it these days? It was either that or a touch football joke. Push-ups? I mean, push-ups aren't gonna hurt you with football, but I mean, you know what? You know what? Do your thing. Do your thing. You guys are fine. Okay, muscle memory is definitely a factor here with defaulting to karate, but there is such a thing as just not paying attention to what you're doing, Thomas! Alright, so do we want to count down till when the putties arrive? Because it's obviously going to happen. It is nice seeing them just to get the fuck around and be teens. Not necessarily be kids, but just be teenagers. God, David, you were so ripped. How did they ever think they could hide that in your Billy costumes, in your Billy overalls? Yeah, here we are. Honestly, took them longer than I was expecting to arrive. Now, are they going to actually fight, or are they going to, like, normal, or are they going to play football? God damn, David just... You forget that David was also a gymnast before the show started, but then he pulls out shit like that. So it's a mix. They're doing both fighting, kicking ass, and playing football. I don't know which one that is part of, because you don't normally pick up the opposing team and do a fireman's carry with them, Jason. This makes less sense than usual. How does winning a football game against the Rangers unleash her evil upon the world? Zordon, I'm asking you a question, Zordon. I know you can hear me in your tube, Zordon. I do like the putty's little uniforms. Why is that one missing a number? That's not fair to him. He's missing a number. Does he even count? This is a very silly episode, even by Power Ranger standards. Okay, well that answers that question. Rita can take over. If she wins the football game, Rita can take over the world because the Rangers are going to be in the fucking penalty box. Wait, penalty box is hockey. Y'all know what I mean. Maybe we can pull an end run. I'm Zordon and I peaked in high school. In a tube. There were a lot of football-based jokes. I'm not even going to say puns. None of them were really actually puns. They were all just like random football lines and references in this episode. But very entertaining. Okay, with that as the episode title, you'd better give me something good. That's a pretty good line. That's a pretty good line. Bulk gets a lot better lines than I think people give him credit for. The assignment is to have a classmate tell you something about yourself to improve. That is not an assignment to give to fucking high schoolers. They're having Tommy forget something every other line just to highlight that as what people are going to have him try to improve, when that has literally never been an issue this season. You know what? We're going to give him a pass. We're going to say that the forgetfulness is a side effect of Rita's brainwashing. So we're not getting mutant Power Rangers, we're getting the putties being mutated into the mutant Rangers. But I like this. I like this little training arc that they're getting. Although it would have been cooler, because I'm thinking of the Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles crossover comic where the Turtles become Rangers and the Rangers become mutated by the ooze. I mean, evil version of Rangers is always a good pick. I do think it's hilarious that all they're doing is wearing dark gloves and boots. Yeah, that's just a putty. He's not going to be hard to beat. But yeah, it is always funny getting evil versions of Rangers in whatever form, if only to see them fight themselves. That was a pretty sweet kick combo that Tommy had going there. All right, Kimberly, where's our flips? We gotta have our flips. Come on, where's what? No flips for Kim? What the flippity flappity flippity fuck? There we go. There's my girl. Tommy. Poor choice of words. Correct, Zachary. Why are you using his legal name? You've called him Zach before. Calling him Zachary just implies that you're mad at him. Why are you mad at him, Zordon? Billy invented him a fucking remembrall. That's an ornate enough costume, but a lot of these U2 costumes just have really weak color palettes, which is a shame, because they've had some really decent ones. They keep referring to them as Rita's Rangers, and I just fucking say that 3 times fast. Like that could be a tongue twister. Oh my god, he's so forgetful that he's made it kill itself. That was the dying scream of a personal assistant. How much class have they been forced to miss from Rita and Rita's Rangers? I just had to say it once. Also, that trophy case being overwhelmingly pink, it makes me think that Kimberly won all those trophies for the school. They let the evil Green Ranger have the fucking Hell Sword. I'm so fucking happy to see the Hell Sword again! That is a... wait for it. That backhand right there, that fucking back fist of the dome, that was solid. Nicely done, Tommy. I had to pause it because they're barely on screen for more than a few frames, but I don't think these are the original civilian modes of the weapons, but I do like that, because they just even combined those into a power blaster. I do like that the evil Rangers are using the civilian mode of the Zhu Ranger weapons. That is a very nice touch. I wonder, because this is U2 footage, I wonder if Toei had to do that because they were using... well, no, because they could have just filmed the scenes separately and handed the weapon props back and forth. So that was deliberate then. It's also just a lot better in later seasons when they're able to take off the helmets while still wearing the suits. It just looks better. Okay, but are you doing 1,000 reps of it, Thomas? Are you? Are you? Jason would like a word. Alright, watch Kimberly's face when she walks in. That was flawless. What the fuck? Watch your face, watch your face. That is the cutest goddamn laugh, Amy. What the... Zach, you're not dating Angela. Don't do anything for her birthday. You're making it weird, bro. This is... I've lost track of how many times he's tried to hook up with this girl and fail, for various reasons, not always his own fault. Rita did fuck him up on that movie date. But, buddy, you learn to take a hint. Rita, you fucked it up for him on more than one occasion. Stop being a bitch! Dude, again, take a hint. You're not dating. You're barely friends, because you only talk to this girl once every dozen episodes. I'm sorry, man. Like, I think you'd be a cute couple, too, but fucking take a hint, my dude. Yeah, my dude, you're in high school. You're not affording fine fucking jewelry. Of course, this is the perfect setup for Rita to give you cursed earrings, but, you know, that's your own fault for being a Power Ranger. What are you, a cop? Because you gotta tell me if you're a cop. Zach, at least ask what the price is before you pull out a wad of cash. You don't have to give away all your money to this guy who is a homeless pawn shop. I'm going with homeless pawn shop. Also, you know, obviously Rita's minions in disguise. Probably Goldar. Or the new clam monster. Nope, just a generic putty. Wow, that was a fucking eloquent putty. Oh my god. Look, our boys are gainfully employed being singing telegram cupids. They're doing a terrible job at it, apparently. But you know what? They're not causing problems in the community. They're being fucking upstanding citizens. Zach, she's just not into you, dude. I'm sorry, okay? Oh, damn it. This is not... No, Angela, don't. Angela, don't. Alright, well, at least the cake didn't go in anyone's face. Of course, cursed earrings, but, I mean, you know, the plot has to plot somehow. Oh, wow. I thought it was going to be just Angela who put him on. Who got cursed because she put him on. But that is so much fucking worse. Also, kudos to everybody who had to stay perfectly fucking still during this scene. That can't have been easy for some of them. Oh, yeah. You have to fight him on land. Do not let him lure you back into the ocean with your Zords. Especially the Dragon Zord that comes out of the ocean like Godzilla every fucking episode. I'm Zordon and I'm in a tube. This is a terrible, terrible monster design. Why is he glistening? I know he's a sea creature, but why is he... Oh god, that made it worse. Is that appropriate? Am I allowed to show that? Oh, that made it worth it. That made it worth it. That fit is fucking good. The gold and the black is just a fucking great color balance. Okay, but why does this break the spell? You didn't defeat him. You didn't blow him up. You put him back in the ocean where he's presumably stronger. I do feel bad for him because they keep trying to make Zach and Angela happen, and the plot keeps getting in the way, but I don't blame her, considering he just, admittedly accidentally, gave her cursed earrings that then started disintegrating after the curse was broken. Oh, look at my man! Look at my man paying for the food! Okay, fucking... So many bonus points right there. Like, if there was ever an excuse to dine and dash, it would be all of this shit. No, he throws probably what's left of his money down on the table. Alright, I was gonna be done after that last clip because the rest of it was just Megazord shit, which is always great. But then Walter busts this out! My dude! Oh, and it's working. She's swooning. Thank you for ruining its skull. You know what? I'll give him points for the enthusiasm, though. Oh, finally, my man. Boys. Stop. Alright, well, at least, my man finally sealed the deal. Okay, so that was Season 1 of Mighty Morphin. I think the Zhu 2 stuff had some good footage, definitely had some good fights, terrible monster designs, in comparison at least. I do think the original planned season of 40 episodes, using just the original Zhu Ranger footage, was better. But now we're going to get into the really crazy shit. I think I have a little bit more Zhu 2 footage in Season 2. I don't think it's like a perfect cutoff between Zhu 2 and when they start using Die Ranger stuff, although I've been wrong before, as we know. I did really like the episode when Tommy got his Green Ranger powers back. That fight at whatever the fuck part of the park that was, with the view, you know, the platform, the oh god, what do you call those? The lookout post that people could, you know what I mean. And there was that weird little pond fountain thing, but yeah, that was a great fight with those putties, and with Goldar and everything. That was fun shit. I did not realize just how much my childhood crushes Kimberly was going to be coming back, and now that I'm more aware of my identity than I was when I was 10, how many new crushes I was going to get. So that was fun to experience. Rita and her crew have not been as much fun as Bandora was. Again, something that's probably going to change because from this point onward, it's going to be completely new shit with them. But, you know, like, it would have been nice if Rita had kept some of the mom vibes that Bandora had. She never really came off as witch mom. She just came off as a fucking bitch. Which is great for a villain. It's great. But it just didn't land the same way. I think the most entertaining part was watching for the blatantly obvious Sentai footage issues, like when Frankie died, but then in the next episode he was in the background of a scene, or with the shrinking monster who put everyone in bottles, and in that one bit, because in the Sentai Rita blew up the kid to kaiju size. So there was that one bit in the Sentai where he's hiding behind the Megazord, and they accidentally left in that. That was fucking hilarious. Great soundtrack. You know what? I'm going to say it. Better soundtrack than the Sentai. Especially later on when they got like different background music songs to play during the putty fights. Not just the Green Ranger specific song. I think he actually got two, come to think of it. But just the team fights. And the number of times that they had to work in different ways to have the color coding. I'm thinking specifically of when they were cleaning up the park and they were wearing those they were all wearing the same volunteer t-shirt, so their pants were all the right color. And that was fucking hilarious. So yeah, season 1 is wrapped, and so that's July. That's July done, and by the time you see this video posted on the Tickety Talks, I will have already been watching and recording reactions for Season 2 on the new setup that I will have already announced at this point, but I'm just still very excited.